All right, so it's kind of a rainy-ish afternoon. I started working on the skid steer and thought, man, I better get you guys so you can see what's going on. But basically, the travel locks, it's all hydraulic, right? It's automatic. And it starts to unlock and then gets starts chattering. Now, I don't know if, I mean, I know it's full of concrete and we gotten a ton of concrete out of it. And the guy we bought these from made a comment that he's never taken the bucket off before. Now, I should have thought of that, and I even mentioned that to my buddy, that he had said that. So it's like, well, okay, so why are you saying that to me? And I should have unlocked it and taken the bucket off, but you don't think of that kind of stuff when you're there trying to make the deal and get the stuff and get out of there and get back and whatever. I should have. I mean, my bad. So anyway, I'm gonna pull this plate. You can see it locks all the way down here, and then it starts to come up to about there. And then it just stops. Matter of fact, I'll show you real quick, that way you can see it. And then it starts like a little bit of a chatter. So it was full of concrete, and I don't know if it's still got concrete in the way, and then after so much pressure it just chatters, or if they raised it so much trying to unlock the bucket but there was concrete in the way that they stripped gears on it. I'm not sure how it works yet, so I'm pulling this cover to figure that out, but I'll show you what it does. See that's in lock mode. It's all the way down. You can see that the red is down there in the clip. When I go to unlock it, it comes up and starts chattering. So almost it doesn't unlock, or maybe that is unlocked. I'm not sure. Maybe that's unlocked, but it's not unlocking because the concrete's frozen to the bucket, or maybe that's not unlocked yet. So the only reason I think it's not unlocked yet is I can see the red, but it doesn't come up like it's going like these cutouts are. Maybe that's not applicable, but we'll find out in a second. So I'm gonna pull that plate and see if I can see what's stopping it from working there. Hopefully it's something simple. I don't know. We'll find out when I get going. I already loosened these, by the way, and took the two top ones out before I remembered to come get you. Oh, yeah, I might as well loosen that one too. Yeah. Now, is this plate loose? No, it's still not loose. What's holding that on? What's holding the cover on? Nope. So you got to take these side bolts out back here, maybe? Yeah, maybe these side bolts got to come out. Let me try that. You know, it's funny, I just washed my driveway off. There you go, that loosened it up. And it rained last night really good, so then that got the rest of it off. I couldn't get off. And now I just got dirty again after I just got it clean. Oh well. Now I think that'll just pull back and we can see what's going on in here. All right, well, it looks like the cylinder hasn't gone for a long time. I bet you this gear is stripped out. But it's a pump, isn't it? Something's causing that to lock. There's a rat's nest in here though. Get that right out of here. So let's see what we can do. Let's run these back and forth. I wonder, I think they just did that and there was concrete in there and it stripped. So let me do some more figuring here on what's locking up. These side panels can come off so I can look in there. Keep that plug from getting caught up in the mechanism, I'm sure. All right, that's what we got. Now let's run this, see what it does. See if we can see and catch it on something or something. And then I think the next step will be to pull those side plates off. So it locks fine. that supposed to be the end? Is that unlocked totally? Is it working? And it's just not coming off? There's a lot of room left on that cylinder, and it looks like it's gone a little further before. I'm saying that's not quite unlocked. I'm saying it's close. I don't know. Let's pull those side panels. I have tools. Just gotta be smart enough to use them. What do you guys see? Anything good? Here you can see the spring on the lock. And you see the pins like here, I guess. Is it moving freely? Does it need to come up more? What's the deal with that? It doesn't even look like it moved, to be honest with you. If that's supposed to move, we're in trouble. Because it is not moving. I can see it already. Yeah, we'll have to see what that does. I don't think that's moving. I don't see any sign of movement in there at all. It may be, but I don't think it is. So I think those are locked up right here. Well, that one's got grease in it anyway, like real grease. It doesn't look covered in concrete. I mean, I don't see any movement on this side though. So that's exciting. I don't know if you heard that, but this one came up. I heard it pop, and up it came. So let's spray the crap out of that, and then and we'll spray the other side, and we'll just keep working it for a second. I don't want to burn this up. I do think it has a strip gear in it, which we are going to have to figure out. But if I can jump that, it may also just be one of those where it gets to the end, and then the pressure has an auto slip. But I don't know. I'm going to spray them with brake free, and then we'll come back and grease them later. But I just want to get them freed up. I'm not sure anything, but I think when we open that up, we're going to find a bunch of concrete in there. But maybe not. Maybe it's just that he didn't do it, so it just rusted up. Who knows? I've lost the cap for this. Must have blown off or something. I will never buy this in this like reusable container ever again, because it just makes a mess. The spray cans are so nice, they just spray in and they go right. Well, we're doing good though. I mean, that's improvement for sure. All right, so let's just see if we can get that a good smack down, just to break it. Good way to get in there. All right, well, I'll keep banging at this and I'll let you know. I've cleaned out as much grease and stuff underneath here as I can, just to get that penetrating oil down in there as far as I can, you know. And I'm getting a little dirt, but nothing terrible. There's, you know, greasy goop in there. You can see it coming out there. So I'll just keep playing and gooping and playing and gooping. Yeah, no. See, that side's off. Yeah. I guess I can lower door. It don't gotta be any, then I can't open the door though. All right, so that side's loose, definitely. Maybe shaking it like this might help. Look at that, it just unlocked. Look at that, it unlocked, yes! We did it! Look at that, we have it off. We got her! I get a little too excited, I think, but look at that. I'm gonna leave this upside down because I wanna work on those a little bit. All right, so let's, it's not very dirty really, honestly. But we'll clean that up the best we can. I think we just need to grease the crap out of it, honestly. Let me pressure wash it. I'm going to put it down and pressure wash it, and then I'm going to grease it, so that way we push the water back out of it. All right, so that was pretty wild. Maybe you can see him pulling out of the driveway down there. But I just had a guy show up at the house based on my Craigslist listing. That was kind of weird, but whatever. And he's interested in the machine, so it worked out, but weird. All right, let me get back to this. I'm going to pressure wash this off, clean it up, and then we'll get it inside and continue what we're doing. Everybody and their brother has come to visit today. It's been crazy, so haven't got much done, but let me get going on this. So I've been chipping out the concrete on here. I got this thing cleaned out here. You know, you got to kind of tap it. I don't want to chip the paint, so if you just tap the big where it's thick, you can get it off. But when you get down to the small stuff, you just kind of got to leave it alone, and hopefully the chemical will do its job. But I got some pretty good chunks out of there, though. I mean, you know. So I think we're done playing around with this. I'm going to wash it down one last time, and then I'm going to bring in the garage, and I think we're going to try to pop the cab up on it, because to change the hydraulic fluid, you got to tilt the cab up. So that'd be fun. I've never done it on this before. I have done it on my excavator. I don't see the crank arm on this, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. I'm sure it's somewhere. But, you know, I got the manual, so not sweating it. All right, well, it's time to say goodbye to the old girl. She sold today. Gonna make a guy real happy. I know it's been a great machine. I hate to see her leave, but, you know, I got a new one, so she's got to go. But, yeah. She's been really good to me, and hopefully she's really good to the next guy as well. But, only have 1,900 hours on her. But the new machine has less than 300, right around 300 hours. So, yep. She's been a good one. She's been a good one. I'm gonna cry. All right, well, progress. Can't keep them both. I could, but I mean, why? So anyway, I like the guy that bought it too. That's always a plus, right? He's just a cool dude. So that's even better. And he's like me. He's gonna be doing the same stuff that I did, right? So that's kind of neat too. Yeah. All right, well, I just pulled it out to get this bucket loaded and get this bucket ready for him. So when he comes to this evening and picks it up, it's all ready to go. He's already paid me and everything, so yep, it's got to go. So I'll probably get the old sheet metal together for him too if he wants it. That way he doesn't bang up the new stuff if he chooses to put it back on. But anyway, yep, goodbye, old girl. What a great excavator you've been. So the guy just texted me and he just left, so about 30 minutes he'll be up here. I asked him if he wanted the old sheet metal. He said yes, so that's good. I got the other bucket ready for him, and then I got a bottle of oil and a couple teeth for him, and of course the owner's manual, whatever's there. So yeah, very good, very good. It's exciting. Like I said, she's been a great machine for me, and I hope she continues to be a great machine for him. Look at some of the quality differences though. Look how the thickness of this blade is thicker Look how that's boxed in and closed in. Over there, it's just 2 pieces of metal and it's open. There's not a piece of metal bracing that. So that one's definitely tougher. Yeah, that's interesting. The difference is they're getting cheaper. The side metal, though, is way thicker on the new one and it's thinner on the old one. It's just wild, the differences. The big plate here is wider, so it must be a thicker cylinder for the blade now. Yeah, I've still got to get this all cleaned up. I haven't even cleaned this yet. But we'll get to it. You know, I did get the kit for the thumb. So I got the bracket that goes here, which we'll get it welded on by Anthony, and there's also a plate that goes down here. Oh, I need to do some measuring real quick. All right, so we're out here. It's ready to go. I got all the stuff, the books and the extra teeth and the cum oil that I found, you know, whatever. It's just to help them out a little bit. But bittersweet day, but this is part of the process. You get a new machine, the old one's got to go, even though I'll miss the little guy. All right, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm going to sit here and mourn for a while. All right, say goodbye to the mini digger. I don't know if you can see it over there. It's leaving. Goodbye, dear. Brr, it's freezing cold. I don't know what happened when it was beautiful. We were out working on the garden yesterday, and now it's just freezing cold. I mean, freezing cold. Golly, and the wind is ripping through here. Get inside there. Woo. I think this had been really greased by the previous guy. Maybe not so much from the last guy at all. There we go. It's almost like they didn't know they were there. Good morning. It's another morning and it's cold as crap outside. However, I'm going to take the skid steer out and let it warm up, and then I'm going to run these fittings here, the locks for the automatic deal, just to get them greased up. I'll grease them again after I run them a few times, and then we'll take these 2 bolts off here, and supposedly I can lift the cab up and we'll be able to get to everything underneath. So that'll be interesting for sure. So yeah, let me get it outside. Let me let it run for a while, get her warmed up. We'll play with these locks and then I'll bring her in and I'll get back with you and we'll change the hydraulic fluid. The full boom way up there, which is awesome. Now we got to lock it out so it doesn't come up and down on us. That's locked, so that locks that. Then we got to pull these 2 bolts in each corner and then we can lift this by hand. So basically from here we got her warm enough. Put her park, go ahead and stop her, and from here we can just pull those 2 bolts and then supposedly I can lift this cab by hand, or a real man can anyway. You don't have to worry about that thing falling on you once you get that thing locked. It is kind of scary. It's a lot of weight up there, but that's what that lock is for. And this is the way to do it. So, all right, let me shut this door because that is cold air. Let me tell you. All right, we got to pull these bolts out of here. This one, I wasn't filming, but I had to hit it with a hammer to even get it to move. The wrench with the hammer, it was so tight. The other side, right, was just loose. You know, I can move it. All right, let's see. Ah, yeah, you can, look at that. Ah. That's pretty wild. Okay, there's our safety bar just locked right there. That's cool. Yeah, that's probably good. This is the insulation for something underneath there. Where does it go here, the floor? Yeah, it goes there, huh? And it's off. It's a mess too. I wonder why that would come off, and I wonder what holds it on. All right, so that's pretty neat. However, we are going to have to do a little pressure washing. So I think I'm gonna put the cab back down. I think I'm gonna take it outside, and then I think I'm gonna wash this out first before I change the hydraulic fluid. I keep putting it off, I know, but I don't want to get junk in there, all that nastiness inside. I don't want to get it in the hydraulics when I'm in there trying to get that thing, nor do I want to work in a bunch of dirt either. All right, so I've been at this for about 2 hours, just cleaning and cleaning. Look at all the stuff that was in the wheel well plates. I just opened those up. All right, so I think I'm about done with cleanup. I've been scrubbing on it for probably a couple hours, maybe a little more. I mean, you can keep spraying it, and you can keep getting stuff out of there. But we got a ton of stuff out of there. You can see the floor's yellow now. I've just been rinsing and rinsing and rinsing and rinsing. And finally, when I get this done, I'll just rinse like a hose and get the rest of it off. Hose always is gentler, but look at all this. Mostly leaves and acorn and moss, and so obviously he said it was stored inside, but obviously it was stored underneath a tree at one point. Maybe not by him. It just keeps coming. I mean, you just can't get rid of it. Okay, well, I'll keep spraying in there, and then we'll get back at doing the hydraulic fluid like we're supposed to. Okay, so I got all that washed up, and the driveway washed back down, and that little mat that I found on the engine there. She looks really good, so she's nice and clean compared to what she was. Again, I know she's not perfect. I could spend hours doing this, right? But it's a whole lot better than it was, so I'm going to live with that. I'm going to let it stay like this for a while. I'm going to let it dry really good before I put the top down on it. But yeah, so I need to swap this filter out too, actually. We'll do that while we're... Oh man, those are on tight. Okay, those have never been moved. Woo! This turned into quite the job. I think I'm going to stop here though and let this dry. I'm going to run to Lowe's, I think, and get the stones I need for the garden, and then I'll come back and put this in the garage and go from there. Golly, those are so tight. I don't want to hurt those. I knew it. Well, I guess I'll be getting new ones of those. I knew it was so tight. Look at how rusted it is. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Dang, I could tell. I guess we'll be getting a new one of those. Jeff will be getting a new one of those. I'll spray that thing down, see if I can. Yeah, we'll probably just need to get two of them. They're so rusty. I don't think they've ever been swapped, so. There it goes. I'll just leave it there for now. Take the vent out, put the new one in. We can do it this one-sided. I just need to get another screw to fix that side. That one actually isn't as terrible as the other side. It is dirty, but not as terrible. So let me get a new one on there. Boop. Slide that back in there like so. Thank goodness that's a slide one. Phooey. Phooey. All right. All right, so it's semi-cold today. It's not terrible cold. So I think we're through the big cold patch. I don't know if that's gonna be our final one this year or not, but anyway, so I ended up spending all morning yesterday cleaning this thing out underneath, and then I went and got stone and worked on another project. So now it's the next day I'm back on this. I plan to get the hydraulic fluid changed, which I plan to do like every day this week so far. So what I'm gonna do is back this out of the garage, let it run, get her warmed up, and then we're gonna come in and try to get this thing drained out. The drain is way down here, so I need to figure out how I'm gonna do this, really honestly. If I drain it there, I don't have anything. I mean, that's pretty low, and there's a lot of fluid. It's 10 gallons, so I'm gonna be swapping pans out. That's high. And then my small one will work, but boy, I'll be having to transfer it out back and forth, you know, a lot. All right, I think that's gonna do it. I put wood under the tracks in the back. That makes it pretty level. So I'm gonna go with that. And then that gives us room back here to get the, well, then we may be able to go straight into 5-gallon buckets, which would be awesome. But yeah, there we go. So, all right, we'll let this warm up and I'll get back with you after it's warm. So interesting enough, I'm reading the book and it doesn't say warm up the machine. So that's kind of wild. I am gonna warm it up when I drain it. I just think the fluid will be thinner and it is a chilly day. However, a comment doesn't say that. It actually says to check the fluid level when it's cool and the boom is down. So very interesting. Yeah, so we'll put the proper amount in there. We'll bring the machine in and then we'll check it once it's cold again with the thing down. Well, this is going to be an all-day job. Yeah, it just kind of does its thing, just pours along. So I guess I'm not in any hurry. It's not in any hurry. We're not in any hurry. Whatever. I need to dig this little ledge out so I can put my bucket straight up and down underneath there. Yeah. Anyway, I should have made this a lot better. I'll work on that so I can have a flat rock to put the can on. Yeah. Anyway, who thought that this was going to be the solution? I need to make like 2 little concrete piers here so I can back this thing up on there and do maintenance underneath it. That'd be kind of cool. All right, funny enough, it had stopped and I was like, what's the deal? I had to go look at the book. It's only 6 gallons. I guess I got it mixed up with the excavator. So 6 gallons, and then I had to figure out which one was which for this machine. So I got that straightened out, got the right fluids out here. So yeah, 6 gallons. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Oh my gosh. Whew. Unbelievable. There she goes. Oh my gosh. I had that thing on there tight. Whew. My gosh. Took everything I had. I'm not saying that's a lot, but it took everything I had. Oh, let's get this dumped. I gotta get this started and then I'll wipe it off. I got it covered. I didn't do very good. Oh, come on. I'm making a easy job hard, I think, here. Okay, so we're at the sight line. There's the max, there's the minimum, we're almost max, but I've done this a million times and I know that it'll change. So I just need to wipe up the hydraulic fluid that I spilled, because I spilled a little bit there. It won't take it very fast just when I got that big bucket going fast. Yeah, after I get that done, we can let it run, warm her up, and then we can do the oil. So all right, let me get this hydraulic fluid wiped out the best I can and we'll move on to the oil. All right, she's nice and hot, so now we're gonna do the oil. So I'll shut her down, we'll get that done. So good, we're changing it. We'll let that drain for a while. And then I'll go get the filter and we'll swap the filter out. And then we'll fill her with oil. All right, so we got the oil changed the filter, so that's great. So this thing is ready to run. So I'm gonna clean up and we'll run around a little bit, and then we'll keep checking those fluids to make sure that everything's right, because first time I've done it. So I trust the book, but maybe I don't. So just make sure. All right, you know I always keep it real with you guys. I didn't zip tie the cable, so I had to open this back up. I'm gonna put a zip tie on it. Then I'm gonna put it back together. I forgot all about the zip tie thing. Get the old one out of there. Get the new one in there. All right, that's awesome. She's all tip top. She's got all the filters replaced. Everything that we got in is done. So now I'm gonna go hook up the bucket, which we can now do because it works. And I'm gonna go work on the garden some. So very good. I'm happy. Jeff should be happy too. And you can actually see the locks in there too now. They're red instead of cement.